Hey friends, this is Bobby Shanks, owner of Shanks Realty Group.
And I am Kogan Shanks.
The son.
The son.
So first of all, let me acknowledge that I am a little under the weather today. And but as they say in show business,
It must go on.
the show must go on. All right, so I have a super fun topic today to get us kickstarted. The first one is I've had three or four Jeep Wranglers, and if you ever see somebody in a Jeep Wrangler that have you ever seen this?
Yeah.
And you see their dash is full of little rubber ducks. What's that called?
It's called ducking.
Ducking. So why don't you tell the audience where Jeep ducking originated from?
Jeep ducking, or duck duck Jeep, is an act of kindness where Jeep owners place rubber ducks on each other's windshields, bumpers, or door handles. And it originated in Ontario, Canada.
So now what I've heard, because this is a recent phenomena, this all started around the time COVID started. And obviously, if somebody's got a really cool, big, jacked up Jeep with lots of different colors and just really neat things about it, you're probably more likely to see more ducks on their dash. Up until two weeks ago, I had 3 ducks and a little foam fire truck, which are now visiting a highway somewhere near here after taking a turn.
A little too fast.
With a little too much enthusiasm and not being able to catch them as they go flying out. So if you ever see a Jeep with these ducks in it, that's because some other Jeep owner has a bag of ducks in their Jeep. And yes, I know that sounds funny. And they put them, like they'll just walk up and put it on your Jeep. Now, one of the ducks I got actually came with like a business card, and they actually hung it almost like a Christmas ornament on my door handle when I had my doors on. And I thought that was pretty cool. But if you see a Jeep with lots of ducks, now you know why. They got ducked. That's what it's called. You come out of a restaurant. I know it sounds really funny. Ha ha, adult humor. It is actually funny. But it's really fun to come out of a restaurant or come out of Walmart or the office or wherever and see that you got ducked. And this was a duck that I got recently, just an innocent little, kind of hear it here. Okay, so moving on. Apparently this is funnier than I intended it to be. So Kogan, give us an update, Mr. Property Acquisition Ist. What's going on? How's it going?
Still on the search for a home.
Right, but we're doing good. We've got offers out.
We've been doing okay. But I'm still highly interested in anyone that wants to keep throwing opportunities our way. Whether it be through you, through me.
Yeah, either one of us is fine. What type of homes are we looking for? Now that you've looked at 100.
Homes that lost their need for attention.
Okay. So a fix and flip.
Yes.
Okay. So give us, I know. Why don't you give us a story of one of your recent house visits?
Oh, no, not the one on Hancock.
Is it the one? It's not the sad story.
No.
Not that one. That one's depressing.
Yeah, no, I had to leave that one early.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Okay, well, summarize that one now that we threw it out there. So you went there.
I went to go look at a home here in Imperial.
Well, be careful about saying where it is and everything. Just highlight the story gently.
The gentleman who owned it had like 5 German Shepherds.
That's a lot of dog hair.
And
that's a lot of doggy do.
He was putting the home on the market for sale at a fairly decent price. And it did need some attention. So I went to go look at it. And his goal was, after he sells the house, he was going to move out into a very remote area. Just live off and live off grid, because him and his soon-to-be wife or girlfriend, fiance, to whatever they were, they wanted to start like a rescue shelter for German Shepherds.
Very cool.
During the time that I was there, his fiance abruptly broke down into tears because of a medical issue that popped up. And I just...
Some really bad news.
Yeah. And I just had to escort myself out. And
I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah. And part of me felt bad, because it also felt like I got dragged into this situation. Just the hair amount.
I could see why you would think that.
Because, I mean, I'm a people person and I like hanging around people. I have a mental battery. It drains itself when I'm alone. It recharges itself when I hang out with friends, whether it be with Abby, whether it be with Adam.
Your posse
right
that's in the studio 1A today.
And that ordeal right there, where I got dragged into it, it drained me.
Yeah,
it made me feel really bad. So I just kind of politely...
But it was a good experience.
It was a experience. I wouldn't say it was good.
Yeah.
I have my select group of people that I like to stick to. Anyone outside of that, I'm mellow towards. Or like calm approaching. And when something like that pops up, you're just like, oh.
Well, but what I mean is
it's
a good life experience, for someone that's fairly new. Because I've certainly had some tough ones like that too. Everybody, I think, in real estate has at some point, especially once they get to my age. So, but I think you handled it really well. And
I hope I did.
Yeah. So congratulations.
I shook his hand and I said, we will let you know. Thank you for letting me come by and look at it.
Yeah.
And he just said, okay, have a wonderful day. But as soon as I got in my truck, I was like, oh, I felt so bad.
Yeah.
Because for me, it makes me anxious. It's a very anxious situation. And it just it really put me in this mental spot where I'm like, wow, that really just happened.
Yeah.
And I
think that's normal.
It's none of my business to release what happened, nor do I want to talk about it, but it was not the greatest.
Yeah. News. Well, let's talk about on a more positive note. Give me some other experience that you've had, something you've learned or something weird that you've seen. We've been looking at a lot of vacant houses.
The one I went and looked at on Hancock.
Let's not name any streets. I was just talking about the house.
Well, I didn't name the street. It was in the
in the Hancock area. Okay.
Yeah. That house was disgusting. It was so...
Well, we're in the business of buying disgusting homes.
I know. So. Ugly is perfect to us, but it was so bad.
How come?
It looked like it was a hobo house. People have broken into it.
Squatter.
It was a squatter home.
So lots of needles and drug paraphernalia and a lot of other...
There were 5 needles that I found down in the concrete basement.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
And it smelled, the smell.
Mm-hmm. Well, so...
I literally recording that video that I had to... Because you know how you have me record properties and then show them to you?
Yeah.
This was me the whole time.
Oh, that's the worst.
It was I had to step out. That's why the video was only 4 minutes long and not 10 minutes long. I stepped out because I had to.
I can remember I went in the house. It's been a minute, but I remember it very distinctly. It was a decent house. It was definitely one that needed to be fixed up and then rehabbed and resold. But I remember going into the house and the cat pee smell was so sharp
It burned your nose.
Like I couldn't even stay in the house. I couldn't even cover up. It was so bad. And sharp is like the only word I could use to describe it. Like
because
it was
feels like it's
puncturing.
piercing.
Yeah, piercing. Oh, well, glad you're doing it. I appreciate that you're doing it.
I don't have a choice.
Well, don't make it sound like that.
Oh, you know.
So, I actually have some interesting news. We'll cap off on here. For the last 2+ years, we have listed lots of homes here at Shanks Realty Group and have been successful at selling most of them. And most of them, because of market conditions, have sold at or above list price.
They've sold fairly well.
Yeah.
So
they've sold in a short amount of time for the most amount of money, etc. However, in the month of August of this year, 2022, for the first time in 2+ years, I had a home that needed to have a price adjustment. And so the seller and I had a lengthy, not just a talk, we actually met in the office and I pulled comps up and we put it on the screen and it was a big ordeal. So we agreed to a 5% price reduction, not 3%, but a 5%. And there was a lot of strategy and purpose for why we did that. But I knew it was going to work. And sure enough, we got multiple offers, and I can't explain it personally. But out of the offers that we got, only one of them was like a legitimate offer. And I will say it was an offer at the list price and a little above, to adjust for a little closing cost, totally fine. But it was going to net the seller full price, the new price. But what shocked me about it was there was some other offers, and one in particular that was not only $13,000 less than the new list price. That was a 5% reduction, which is more than enough. They also wanted thousands of dollars in closing costs. And my seller, who absolutely has the ability and the right, decided, basically, I'm not even going to respond to that. And so I let the other agent know. The seller has declined from responding. And I was met with a response, and I quote, "You need to do your job." Hold on.
I know.
Lots of people watch this.
I know the situation you're talking
about. There's Shanks at home, and then there's Shanks on camera.
I know.
This is the Shanks on camera.
I know the
But needless to say,
I remember the situation you're talking about because it was what happened when we were at Panera.
Correct. That was it.
Yeah, I remember.
And
that.
Kogan, who now works for Shanks Realty Group, I kind of shared, as an education, shared the scenario, and I could go on and on about that, but here's the point of the story. We are in a changing market. We do have inflationary pressure on the entire economy. Not just in the Midwest, but nationwide and probably worldwide too, depending on who you talk to. The housing market has gotten a little more challenging because, quite simply, it's not complicated. Interest rates went from 2, 3, 4% to 5, 6, 7%. And, when you go to a buyer or, whoever's doing a real estate transaction, even someone listing their home, and you have to say to them, hey, 60 days ago, I probably would have sold your house for $20,000 more with multiple offers. But now, 60 days later, we're going to list it here. But keep in mind, we might have to talk if this number doesn't do it, and we have to tweak it So I just want to let everybody know that we're kind of in that marketplace now.
It's not just the house market too.
That's exactly where I was going.
Car market,
car
house
market,
motorcycle, anything that you have to buy from a seller or a dealer, it's all doing this right now. I would know because before I got into selling homes with you, I participated majorly in the car market.
Yep.
And to an extent, I still do.
And
I watch it every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes Adam watches it with me. Me and him will literally spend, I don't know, 2 hours on Marketplace just watching. There's one car here that's the exact same as this car, but it's location with cars too. Depending on the location.
For sure, yeah.
If a BMW sells for $10,000 in a rural area, it's going to sell for $20,000 in a populated area.
Yeah.
So
now here's something that you'll find entertaining. In 2008, I think it was 2008, I went to the Dodge Chrysler dealership on Page Avenue.
The one close to the airport?
Yeah, out there. Excuse me. And I looked at a brand new, I called it the Darth Vader.
Are you talking about the black Ram 1500 you had?
No, that one I bought in like 2002. This was now 2008 or 2009. And you could buy a brand new, fully loaded Dodge Ram with 20-inch tires, the aluminum alloy rims, blacked out windows, like it was crew cab. It was loaded. You could buy that truck. Take a guess. 2008. 35.
32.
Take a guess. 32. You could buy that truck and drive it off the lot for $20,000.
That truck right now in today's market's like 80 or 90.
Brand new.
You heard what
that truck base model on that truck's 55, and for that particular truck in today's market, yeah, it's an $80,000 truck. Isn't that crazy?
You heard the ordeal with the truck that you and me acquired for work. The guy said if we didn't want it,
he'd be all over it.
Like that.
Yeah. All right. So wrapping up, the housing market is not so gently adjusting. So we would love to be your realtor, or if you choose someone else, be sure to have a good, long, healthy conversation about your home's pricing and what could happen, especially moving into fall. And if you have a home or somebody you know, or other types of real estate, even land would be fine, that you would like to have us look at, evaluate, and make you a cash offer on, so you can just be rid of it. Let us know. You can give us a call, direct messages, comment in the comments below or above, depending on which platform you're on. And enjoy the rest of your week, and especially enjoy this 80+ degree weather while it still lasts, because I have a feeling it's going to be coming to an end very soon. So thanks for being on today. Boop. Let's go buy some houses.